most secret teacher's life. He just doesn't defy the gravity of something. Life, each running each other, ubiquity, radiant life, existence. He doesn't need a name to distinguish him. Oh, she flies through the proud darkness, rather than the breathless vastness of the world. Oh yes, in only tell the Lord herself. He believes she won all again. It's no exception, it's just less. I guess you can't trust a gentle tiger. Life, expecting, running each other, ubiquity, radiant, existence. He doesn't need a name to rule us all, afraid of the wind, or border of rustling of the driftwood, take the night from them. Oh, he flies to be the wings of the flightless, fly high to be seen from everywhere. He just tells them he's the wisdom whispering. He believes she's one of a chain. Oh, he flies through the proud darkness, rather than the breathless vastness of the world. And yet she didn't need the light itself. She believes he's high at night to see the sun of tomorrow. He never wanted that special day. He just wanted to be there like a weed, naturally, as a matter of course. He believes we won. Overcame. She believes we won. It's not Timo's secret teacher's life. He just doesn't defy the gravity of something. Life, each
Damn it, I still have no idea why my countdown. Nice to see everyone. We're playing some Ocarina of Time today. We just got to the well, so expect some spoopy stuff. I was holding the N64 controller wrong. Ah, shit. I also don't have the Kokiri shield. So, that might end up being a problem later. Because I can't block properly. Hey, how you doing? In 7 years, I can kill you with one hit. Hey, nice to see you, Peps. The camera's gonna be the death of me. I just know it. We skipped a week, and in that week, I completely forgot just how much of a blessing the right stick is. Once we embraced 2 sticks on a controller, we evolved as a society. Mondays, am I right? Exactly. I'm apathetic towards them, and also lasagna. Garfield would hate me. Really go for a tasty ha, you saw what I was doing there. When in doubt, just open them all, right? Not a fan? Yeah! I kind of agree. Lasagna's mid. I would eat lasagna if offered, but I wouldn't go out of my way to have it. I think that's my opinion on lasagna. And in fact, it's also my opinion on deep dish pizza. Because what is deep dish pizza but a lasagna pie? Too much cheese? See, I'm usually fine with the amount of cheese in lasagna. It's... Honestly, I think a lot of it just has to do with how heavy it is. Ah, fucking Gibdo. Gibdo's moans arrest. God. Okay, how am I gonna deal with this? I think Gibdos hate fire, so... The problem that I come across is that I don't have any magic power. So, that didn't do shit. How about... I freeze you? How about Operation Cheat? Alright, one of these coffins probably has a thing in it. Come on. Hell yeah. I got a key! I'm trying to think about what my favorite Italian food is. And honestly, like, aside from the obvious pizza, I really appreciate a generic spaghetti with tomato sauce. Like, I feel like it's... Marcus, it was invented in Naples. If Naples isn't in Italy, then I'm very confused. But yeah, just like I appreciate the simplicity. All right, you know what? I'll call you on that. Where was pizza invented? Naples, Italy. During the 17s and the 1800s. It didn't become popular until it was brought to America, but it was invented in Naples. So they may have told you that it was popularized. And part of the reason I know this is because at the end of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, there's a character named Narancia who says that he wants to go back to Naples and have a margarita pizza with mushrooms the way it should be. And I was like, oh, is Naples the place where they made pizza? And yeah, it turns out that Naples was the place that they made pizza. Family has a secret meatball recipe that's been passed down for generations, and it rocks. Never a meatball made better. Ah, man. I'm kind of jealous. I'm trying to think if my family has any recipes that have been passed down. But not really. I can't think of a single family recipe that I have. I'll have to ask my mom about it. My dad doesn't do much cooking, and my mom hasn't done much cooking since she got injured, so... I guess technically we have a family hot wing recipe, but it's more of like the procedure of creating them as opposed to just ingredients. I wonder. Also love a good Italian hoagie. I wonder if this will do anything. I ordered an Italian hoagie recipe from HelloFresh, and it really didn't deliver. I think maybe I'd have to go to, like, New York or Chicago or something to get, like, a decent Italian hoagie. Grandpa had a really cool rhubarb jam. Yo, that sounds great. I know this is gonna sound bougie as fuck, but have you guys ever tried fig jam? Because fig jam slaps. When I was teaching animation for a summer, there was this, I guess it was a deli on one of the streets downtown, and they had this platter that I used to order, where it was like just some assorted meats, some cheeses, a baguette, and some fig jam. And the fig jam kind of pulled everything together. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. Oh, Rita, please don't. You never asked him how to make it, and you'll never get to eat it again. Ah, fuck. That's really sad, Marcus. At least you have your memories. I think Link's gonna be repressing his after what the Redad's been doing to him. Watch this be the map, or the compass. It's the map. It's a map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map, it's a map. It was strawberry rhubarb. Okay. I'm even trying to think back to my, like, grandma. And while she never taught me any recipes, she did tell me how to play crib. What version of Hurt do I prefer? That's the Johnny Cash song, right? Yeah, it is the Johnny... Okay, I was remembering correctly. So the only version of Hurt I've listened to is the Johnny Cash version, oddly enough. Unfortunately, I haven't listened to it in ages, so I don't correctly remember the cadence of it, but... Originally a Nine Inch Nails song, the Cash covered and completely ratioed. That sounds about right. It's kind of like how everyone knows the song Mad World, but nobody knows the original Tears for Fears version. Which was like the most 80s sounding song. Okay, well, I don't think that there's anything more I can do down here. Let's go up the ladder, see what's up. Ha, because I'm going up. The 9 Inch Nails version was in Rick and Morty? Okay. How'd you guys feel about playing the Rick and Morty VR game for a stream? I think it's just long enough to encompass a single stream, and there's a bunch of fun stuff to do in it. Plus, I feel like the game isn't as edgy as the show, so it has a broader appeal. Just not a fan of the show or its fan base? That's fair. I have never seen a fan base not understand that the toxic person isn't somebody that you should relate to. More than the Rick and Morty fan base. Watchmen. You know what? You're kind of right, though. I didn't even consider. It's really interesting when, like, the majority of a fan base takes the author's message in an unintended way. Alright, Navi, where are the souls of the damned telling you? Look for the eye. Fuck, that's why I'm here, skeleton. God. Alright, well, I got some bomb shoes, I guess. For a show about inclusivity and loving yourself, the fan base gets really gatekeepy about OCs. Really? Again, I'm not really one to participate in fandom, so I never saw that part of the Steven Universe fandom. There we go. I think I was literally just here. People get attacked for making male gems. Weird. Because isn't, like, the point of OCs making something, like... I guess the reason I never understood that kind of gatekeeping is, like, it's not canon anyways. Why would you keep following the rules? Or I guess, why would you be bothered by somebody not following the rules? chilled out around season 4. That's good. I watch. Oh, fucking goddamn it. I watched Steven Universe super casually. I was the person who, like, if an episode wasn't hitting for me, I'd just skip it. So, I have finished Steven Universe and understand the plot, but there are a few episodes I've skipped. The hate-dom is a lot worse. I feel like once a show wraps up, the hate-dom has the opportunity to, like, explode. Like, God, that whole thing about the CalArt style. I'm sure the hate boner for that is still going, but God, it is so annoying to hear people complain about it. It's like, yeah, that's kind of just the style that's being popularized right now. If you don't like it, maybe watch something different. She, her, except when Steven was part of it, that they are labeled by Rebecca as genderless. Okay, that makes sense. In that case, then it would make sense to have a masculine presenting gem. Because they can be whatever. Greg and Rose were a better couple than Pearl and Rose? I don't remember all of Steven Universe, but that does sound about right. Because from what I remember about Pearl and Rose's relationship is that Pearl really just sorta... what's the word? Enabled Rose, you know? Like, Greg actively challenged Rose's perception about stuff, where Pearl just sort of acquiesced to everything about her. It was a lot healthier of a relationship. Greg and Rose had a lot of yeah! Oh, hey, Matt. I think I might need the Lens of Truth for this room. I know that there are pitfalls around here. I'm not gonna fall for them. Unless the Wallmaster wants to take me. This one's gonna be Zelda's Lullaby, right? Honestly, like, I think that relationships where you sort of challenge each other's perceptions and enable each other to grow are a lot healthier than enabling relationships where you just sort of agree with each other all the time. Like, I feel like if you're gonna get into a relationship, it should be all about, like, becoming better as a unit. Well, that's just me. That's just my view on relationships. You should complement each other, not be each other. Okay. High odds that I'm gonna fall down here. But what happens if I just go for a running start? I did the running start at the wrong point. There's a quote from Steven Universe Future. I also feel like the music in Steven Universe was some of the strongest that I've seen in a cartoon in a while. Like, every so often, Stronger Than You just appears in my head. And while I don't remember a lot of Steven Universe, I absolutely remember that song. Our soulmate is not, is your complement, not your missing piece. Yeah! Pearl simped so hard. Pearl said how high. Sorry, Pearl said jump. Pearl said how high. Pearl actively tried to sabotage Greg and Rose's relationship. Not to mention that Pearl thought she deserved to be here with Rose because of everything she did for her. But she did move on, became her own person. Rose also manipulated Pearl, which is kind of her whole deal considering who she was. Yeah. I think I get the lens of truth. I think this is the gift that I used on Twitter. This made me incredibly scared as a kid. Yep, there it is! There's the fucking dead hand. How this ended up in a rated E game, I have no idea. Can I Sunsong this? Nope. Alright, bend over and eat blade. God, look at that shimmy sham. Do I have to get grabbed? I do, don't I? Okay. I think this is the mini-boss that I dislike the most. None of the gems are perfect? No, and I think that's what one of the show... Yeah, one of the show's strongest points was the fact that none of the characters were sort of complete role models, you know? Like, everyone had their problems that, through the course of the show, they addressed. And not only that, but the villains weren't all completely bad. And while I think that's par for the course right now, I think Steven Universe did it very gracefully. Biggest takeaway is that Greg is a good dad. You know, there are times... There are times when he, you know, trips or makes mistakes, but he always has this complete support of Steven. How's destroying entire planets and civilizations in life not bad? Well, I mean, you got me there, Marcus. I mean, it's kind of like how... You'll see more in the allegory of a family than as actual rulers. Yeah, well, not only that, just because a character looks like they are redeemed doesn't necessarily mean that they have been redeemed. It just shows that, like, they have the ability to change. And they can go on the course to be redeemed. I would absolutely never say that the diamonds were redeemed in the series. I feel like they were just set on a better path. And also, if you're talking about destroying planets and killing civilizations, then I guess Vegeta just isn't allowed to be redeemed as a character. Not every villain deserves a redemption arc either. No. And I feel like it's very important to teach kids the fact that, like, you should give second chances. But if somebody fails you too many times, you should just drop them. Navy, Eyeball, Aquamarine, Kevin. Like, a good example of a villain that was never redeemed and should always stay that way is Kinora. Like, Kinora fucking sucked for what she did to Sips. And there's absolutely no reason that there should be an arc where they go and find out that, like, she's sorry for what she's done. Because that just isn't her character. Okay, will it let me jump? No. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, and then you get into the question of what true evil really is. Oh, he's voiced by the drummer of the Mountain Goats? That's cool. It's always rad to see, like, somebody you're into in a piece of media that you also like. Like when I replayed Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and Aaron Hansen was Hank Pym. Oh, sorry, not Hank Pym. I think he was Bruce Banner. Aaron Hansen. Now, there's somebody who changed over time. Like, in his Newgrounds days, he was super edgy. And just after Danny joined Game Grumps, he really chilled out. He and Greg's voice actor have run a podcast since the mid-2000s. Yo, that's crazy. Okay. Right, I should probably go this way, because I needed the Lens of Truth to navigate this maze. Oh, this maze that's literally just, hey, follow the wall. And also, it's just a gold Skulltula. Greg is a great dad. I feel like the amount of trust that he puts into Steven is a lot more than a lot of parents would give for a kid that age, you know? You always like the Dan Aramores because it fits the Grump Not So Grump dynamic? Yeah. I feel like during the John era of Game Grumps, Aaron was the straight man of the group. Aaron was the Not So Grump. there really isn't much I can do. Never found the Game Grumps that entertaining? No, fair enough. If it's not something that you're super into, then, you know, you don't have to say that you like it. I personally, so when the Game Grumps started, that was like, what, 2012? And I had been following Egoraptor for quite a while. He was actually part of the reason I wanted to get into art. He was a huge inspiration. And then, you know, he stopped. But, I also was getting into John's content at the time, so I was like, oh man, like Egoraptor and JonTron. That sounds like a good time. And then John left, and it was like, ah, that sucks. But then Dan entered the party along with Ross, and I really feel like that's when Game Grumps found its stride. Like, just because John was a founding member doesn't necessarily mean he was the best person to be in Game Grumps. Lost all respect for JonTron. Yeah, he's kind of in the books with James Woods for me, where it's like I respect them as performers. They do what they do very well, but I just don't think I can like them as people. I did go there already. That was also a thing I did. I mean, I guess now that I've got the Lens of Truth, I really can just bail. There's nothing I need to do here anymore. I mostly just wanted to find this door because I had a key. Alright, I'm out. I don't want to deal with this again. Their Ocarina of Time playthrough that got you into the Grumps. Okay. Random episode in the Fire Temple where they were super mellow and got deep in philosophical talk and showed you the potential they had as entertainers. Yeah, I think that was actually their Wind Waker playthrough for me. Because it really felt like that was the playthrough where they talked about themselves the most. And kind of where they went from being Danny Sexbang and Egoraptor to being Aaron and Dan for me. And you know, thinking about it, maybe that's why I want to model this, I guess, persona that I have, like I am. Where I'm trying to be genuine, because, like, I really appreciated having Aaron and Danny as opposed to Egoraptor and JonTron, right? Sorry, Egoraptor and Danny Sexbang. So I want to give you guys the sort of same vibe, not having Space Shark, but having Carson. JonTron, Nision, Shane Dawson, Leafy, Keemstar. God, fucking Keemstar. Basher, Chris Chan. There's so many people of varying degrees of badness on the web, you kind of hate it. Yeah, but I feel like it's because of the internet that we get exposed to people like that a lot more. You know, when I was growing up in the 90s, internet celebrities weren't really a thing. And, like, even regular celebrities, you didn't know as much about them as you do now. And you're not exposed to a lot of the, you weren't exposed to a lot of the badness because it just wasn't available. But now that we're in the age where information about everything is available to everyone, you kind of have more routes of exposure now. Like, people like that always existed. They just never got a spotlight. Talked about how their intro referred to them by their internet names, and how basically no one calls Dan Danny anymore. It took like 4 years to change it. Yeah. I kind of interchange them, to be honest. I call him Dan sometimes, I call him Danny sometimes. I never call Aaron Egoraptor anymore, though. I feel like that's just a phase in his life that he's done with. Wait, no, that's the Spirit Temple. What was the Nocturne of Shadow? There we go. One opinion of mine that's changed over the years is getting salty at YouTubers for not being good at the game. 'Cause it is kind of difficult to play a game and be entertaining at the same time. I'm really lucky with Ocarina of Time that I kind of intrinsically know a lot about it. So any failings that I have are because I'm not paying attention, but they could have been so much worse if I didn't play this game as much as I did. Alright. So here's the part of the playthrough where we do the rest of the playthrough prediction. Am I going to remember to take off the hover boots? Alright. That's that one. For not being good at the game, or the commentary walkthrough players? Yeah. Like, I feel like it really depends on your goal for the game, right? Oh, shit. Like, if you're presenting yourself as an authority on the game, then you need to actually deliver on that. Whereas, if you're just playing the game to chill out and entertain people, then yeah, whatever. Play at your own pace, be fun. I remember, just don't. Exactly. There we go. The Shadow Temple was such a change of tone for this game, wasn't it? Because, like, oh, hey. I'm in the hallway where the skulls live. What about the bloody history of Hyrule? I thought that this was fantasy elves. Aaron doesn't read tutorials holds up? Oh, absolutely. When he's just not good at it, it's fine, but when he ignores the instructions, that's not... Yeah. Well, like, the two best friends... They were Let's Players that also read the tutorials. Oddly enough, I think maybe Danny's falling into it too, where he doesn't read tutorials, but mostly because he doesn't want to make Aaron wait. Gonna switch to Pokemon content? Something that you love, something that you're good at? Yeah, go for it! Honestly, a lot of this is just finding what you want to do on the platform, and then, you know, following through with it. I don't think I would ever say that, like, if you make content that you love, the followers will come. Because they won't. The algorithm is very much still a thing. But, like, if you're doing stuff that you like on the platform, and you have followers, that's great. I feel like that's the goal, to be honest. Because, like, fuck, with Angel playing Destiny 2, he got burned out so quickly. I had to beg him to just do other content. I don't think he did because I told him to. I think he did because he was just burned out. Dress in some outfits, like, in each of the region's teams. Oh, that would be neat. No intent to be an online content creator, but if you did, you would probably make guitar videos. Oh, that would be fun. Destiny 2 caused you to break a PC screen? Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, god damn it, it's another one. Okay. Okay, I at least lowered the amount of them. Each Kanito or Seiji Iska, but you probably go for their vibe? Unfortunately, I don't, but, like, I think it's good to know what kind of vibe you're looking for. I've always found, like, in terms of content creation, a lot of it is you find somebody that you like, do content kind of like them, and then you sort of grow it into your own as you progress. Like, in terms of art, you know, I kind of copied Egoraptor for the longest time. And then I kind of went away from that by a little bit and kind of developed my own style from there. There they are. As a kid, I never swapped out the hover boots. In any playthrough of Ocarina of Time that I did, once I got the hover boots, that was it. This, along with the mirror shield, was my drip. Quentin reviews, the 8-hour Victorious video guy. He said, throw as much into the wall until something sticks, then as soon as something sticks, pursue it to see if it does well. Yeah! That's a really good way of doing it. Whoops. Because, like, God, the videos probably don't exist anymore. But I used to do animation streams back in 2014 and 2015. And, I never got viewers for those. that content just wasn't something that people were interested in. But once I started doing, I guess, the chill vibe streams, then I started gaining traction. That was in 2020. That was many years later. And I can't pretend that the whole dingo thing hasn't contributed wildly to my ability to be a content creator. Because it has. I want to say that, like, a solid 70 to 80% of my success is because of Dingo and Felix. But, you know, acknowledging that is the first step towards, you know, building your own stuff. I definitely wouldn't have nearly the amount of reach that I do if I didn't play Arena. Yep, and you know, a lot of people would say like, oh, you know, you got your viewership from someone else. What a fake. It's like, people find you that way, but people stay because they like you. 1 year, 5... Jeez. There you go. It's been over a year, yeah. Exactly. So, that's why I don't really get when people are like, oh, you're just famous because of this person. It's like, no, they're... If they weren't entertaining or, like, decent at what they do, then they would have just got views and then nothing else after that. That's why I appreciate you guys for sticking with me. 1 year, 2 months? Dang. I will say, I found that most people started following when I reached affiliate. And I wonder how much of that is the algorithm pushing Twitch affiliates. Because it kind of makes it harder for smaller streamers, if that's the case. Ah, oh, Gibdo. Oh, I thought I could set him on fire. Can I set your corpse on fire? No. I reached affiliate immediately after you started watching. Yeah, it was a Final Fantasy XIV stream that pushed me over the edge. And, like, a bunch of people just popped in to give me that, like, extra little boost, and I really appreciated it. It kind of felt like everyone was coming together. Your channel didn't get any traction? Ah, okay. That's weird. I thought for sure that the algorithm would push it. The stream you watched an hour later announced that got affiliate? Dang. Oh god, that's a lot of explosions. I think I might have to go back and grab a key. May have missed one. They push partners and people who are close to partner? Okay. So you're putting yourself in self-promo channel for people's discords? Okay. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that self-promo channels were a thing until I saw it in Zan's channel. And I was like, huh, Yeah, you know what? Other people do stuff. Can I bomb one of you? I would like to beat the Shadow Temple on this stream, so... Because I figure I suck at Gyarados Fortress, so that's gonna be like 2 streams. And I kinda want to finish this game before the end of the month. Okay. Maybe I just missed a chest because it was invisible. Because I feel like I didn't do enough in this room. Yeah, there it is. Sometimes when I play video games like this, I wonder, like, wow, why was I so much better at this as a kid? And then I realize, you know, I had a lot more time to do stuff as a kid. And all I had to worry about was, like, finishing my homework, and then I could do whatever. And even then, most of the time, I just did my homework at lunch. I was one of those kids who didn't have to do homework at home because I finished it at school. Something Smollett said. Think about titles. Nowadays, Let's Plays don't get the same traction as in the past. You want a title to sell the concept of a video rather than basic naming schemes. I've definitely found that. And that's part of the reason that I don't see the YouTube archive taking off. Because it's all unedited footage that I just put there so that if you missed a stream, you can find out which one you missed and slap it on there. I don't expect to get anything close to big on YouTube. If I did, then I'd probably edit clips of the streams and throw them up. I've actually been considering hiring an editor to do that. To just, like, take my streams and then throw them up on YouTube. Oh, you found the Tigrex that I was talking about? The royal one? The one that I still haven't beaten, by the way, and I should probably get back to Monster Hunter Stories 2, because I spent $80 on it and need to, like, play. Let's Play Wind Waker 1 is overdone. Playing Wind Waker for the first time in 2022 drives clicks. Absolutely. There's 2, jeez. That's... If I had a nickel for every time there was a T-Rex, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do about, you know, post-stream marketing. But it really feels like if I want to step up my game, I do need to have edited clips of my streams. Because I found that the stream is kind of stagnated recently. So I'm trying to figure out some new stuff to do. I saw a bit of a bump when I was doing collabs with a bunch of other people, so maybe I'll do more of those. cut down playthroughs to 45-minute highlight reels and then post clips to TikTok. I didn't even think about that. Honestly, TikTok has always been just haha funny dances for me. I didn't really consider the fact that, oh, hey, maybe I can post other stuff on there. Alright, there's probably something over here that I should check out. Or it's going to be something that requires a key that I don't have. Hey, look at that. It's something that requires a key I don't have. You zoom into the face cam to highlight your reaction, caption all your words with the TikTok text tool. Yeah, that sounds like TikTok. I used to do a YouTube show called Anime Bomb, and it was basically that. I only edited one episode myself, because our editor was on vacation, so. But I was able to really condense it into short-form content. There's closed captioning, can't turn on the sound, and on a super boring call, oof. Unfortunately, you can't really close caption live content. Nice to see you, though, Trom. I hope work gets less boring for you. Oh. Great. I fell into nothing. Oh, okay. It just... When it crushes you, it does that. That makes more sense. I thought the world broke for a second and I fell. Because that's the sound that falling makes. Man, I suck at this. I have 1/4 of a heart, no fairies. I got a bug. I wonder if the bug will save me. Okay. Be a heart. Thank you. Be a heart. Alright, that's less of a thank you. Yeah, Anime Bomb actually did pretty well, all things considered. It was basically a show where I found a family friend of mine found a box of anime in a dumpster behind an old rental store. And it was just me and a few friends just riffing on the stuff that we found. God damn it. Alright, once more with feeling. Like challenges and mods are easier content to sell. Game, but gimmick is a classic title formula. So, then the problem arises, is does it go against the core theme of the channel to provide like a chill hangout experience, if I'm doing something like that? Because it's interesting to consider things that drive up content aren't necessarily going to work if it's counter to the theme that you're trying to go for. Or your theme can deteriorate because you do that kind of content. Like, I'm sure if I did 3 AM challenges and had somebody, like, I don't know, flap a metal sheet in the background and turn the lights on and off while I play, I don't know, Dead by Daylight or something. a lot of you guys would be like, hey, are you actually Carson, or are you just, like, farcing? Oh no, it's the Nosrak stream. It's the ground whale stream. We call it... Unfortunate. Because J-Station, as far as I recall, is a pile of trash. But also Canadian. Okay. I liked his early work. There we go. First of all, I'm gonna go and grab a fairy. I feel like this is the biggest challenge I've faced in this game, so, like, just yet. I know when to go for reinforcements. Oh, yeah, I'm trying to go for that. Oh, sorry, to the right? Okay, there was a hole to the left that I was looking at. I know specifically that there's a fairy fountain, like, right here. Oh yeah, I'm going there as it's raising. Unfortunately, I'm just clipping the bottom. And because of the collision in, like, N64 Ocarina of Time, it thinks that it's crushing me. It's really interesting, because, like, depending on the version of Ocarina of Time that you're playing, you have to make different considerations. Zelda randomizers? Yeah. I was considering doing a Pokemon randomizer stream. Or like Pokemon, but I start with my favorite. More about marketing than the actual content produced? Absolutely. Like, I feel like that would be fantastic for the YouTube channel. For the Twitch streams, you know, I try my best to come up with a clever haha got you title. Like, this one's well, because we were in a well. I don't know. I really feel like this is as far as I'm able to get with just the content that I'm making right now. Like, sitting on the edge of 300 followers. And having an average of like 5 to 10 viewers per stream. I think the key to what I want to do is more collaborative work. So, I want to see if I can find more people to do stuff with. I'm definitely going to be getting Aatrox and Puddock back on the channel. Not necessarily to do, more Mario Party. I kind of want them to come on the channel and do some Jackbox art games. Because both of them are artists, and, Aatrox is actually working on Skullgirls. Or, like, have, Dag and Robert Hartley in to do some improv games. Because I found like a lot of people really enjoy when I kind of host people. I actually got a few compliments after the backup character stream about my hosting style, and it's just like, thanks, I've never done this before, so I don't have one. But it turns out, like, apparently my strength with that was just being able to naturally navigate the conversation without directly asking questions. Like, I don't know, from where I stand this happened, but I could be wrong. But it really felt like I only asked questions during that stream very rarely, and was able to just take a look at my list and navigate the conversation towards what I was looking for. Yeah, I need to wait for that to be more raised. So I think, actually, instead of doing the straight shot, I go over here, flip off the iron trap, and try and make it there. But yeah, if there are any content creators that you guys want me to try and get on the channel, I'm all ears. I can't guarantee that I'll be able to get anyone in particular, but I'll definitely try. Oh, you absolutely need to put a box in the way. I just have no idea where the box is. Unless... What if the box is invisible? Oh, Radiance is going for the Pokemon. Okay, yeah, there it is. See, this is the thing. When you're trying to entertain people, you don't think of the obvious thing. Alright. Let's do the Pokemon theme song for Radiance. And do it right this time. In fact, I'm gonna get a karaoke version of the song going. That way I have the lyrics on the screen as I'm supposed to be doing it. Let's go? Okay, if you want me to play Pokemon, let's go for sure. Alright, Pokemon, theme song, karaoke. Pokemon Karaoke-mon! I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Teach Pokemon to understand the power that's inside. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, a heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Every challenge along the way, with courage I will face. I will battle every day to claim my rightful place. Come with me, the time is right. There's no better team. Arm in arm, we'll win the fight. It's always been our dream. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, a heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Yeah. The full version of this song is way longer than I thought it was. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, it's you and me. I know it's my destiny, Pokemon. Oh, you're my best friend in the world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em, a heart so true. Our courage will pull us through. You teach me and I'll teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon. I'm actually kind of impressed that, like, that fucking solo exists. I did not remember the solo. Hey, no worries. I owed you from last time. Tony Hawk's Underground series would do well on YouTube. Game's both absurd and obscure enough that you can market it on its wildness. That's actually a really good point. In fact, if I do end up doing the short-form content on YouTube route, I think I'm gonna start with that. You're absolutely correct, Peps. Plus, I have the gimmick of having the ska cover album. Though I wonder, would it be worth it to redo the Tony Hawk's Underground Let's Play? Because Tony Hawk's Underground was split between a birthday stream and then Tony Hawk's Underground that I played months later. Though, you know, there's the fact that part of the charm was that I didn't play it for, like, years. So it might actually be better to keep it as the original stream. I don't know, it's a lot to consider. Where do I need to use the key? See, this is... I know that feels really shitty when you get the compass and the map, but the compass and the map are really good for situations like this, where you don't know if you necessarily explored everywhere. I personally would prefer if they give you the compass and the map at the very beginning of the dungeon like they did with this. Like, sure, I had to go down a bit of an alternate route, but it was there at the very beginning. Oh, right, this. The invisible spikes. I don't know why I'm whispering. Maybe it's because I don't want to wake up the Redeads. They're kind of creepy. Hey, buddy. Hey, maybe if you stay asleep, we can work out a deal where I don't kill you. I know that you're a Redead and you're, kind of already reanimated, but yeah, that doesn't mean you have to kill me, or I have to kill you for that matter. There it was. Okay, I'm sure that I can make that. Right? They wouldn't put that there unless you could make that jump. Unless you're supposed to come in from that way. Was Ocarina of Time headed by Aonuma, or was it a Miyamoto game? Hey Google, who was the director of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? Okay, so it was Aonuma. No, thank you. I'm gonna be 1000% honest and say that I don't know if Miyamoto is good at video games anymore. It really feels like he just wants to do the same thing and hasn't really moved on with the times. Like the whole Paper Mario thing where he's like, yeah, you know the thing that made Paper Mario super charming and everyone liked it? Yeah, the partners, right? Yeah, don't do that. And in fact, you're not allowed to alter Nintendo characters in any way, and you're only allowed to use these specific ones. Maybe I'm just salty about Paper Mario, but it really does feel like maybe Miyamoto's out of touch. Hey, nice to see you, Bandicoot. We're at the Shadow Temple. The weird, spooky outlier. And I have to deal with one of these boys. Actually, he's just squatting in the corner. That's fine. There we go. Okay, so I have to be able to make it over here, because that's where the key is used. Oh! There's a thing on the... Oh man, I kept trying to run over to that thing with the hover boots, and it's just right there. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is where I have to swap out the hover boots. So the question of does Carson remember to take off the hover boots doesn't apply until after the Shadow Realm. I mean, Shadow Temple. The Shadow Realm is where I went to in SCP Containment Breach for half the playthrough. I have a feeling like changing to the hover boots was a bad idea. No, stay down. Alright, now is this the eye that I shoot and things open, or is this the eye that shoots fire at me? It's the fire eye. Oh, there's a secret. I do like treasure. I don't like this, though. Actually, I know how to do these guys dirty. Not by that, though. I needed something different. No! There we go. Taste some Sunny D, motherfucker. Sunny D had some of the greatest commercials. Like the whole thing was like, they go to the fridge and they have a random assortment of beverages that always include the purple stuff. And I always wanted to know what the purple stuff was supposed to be. Okay. I hope the key is in this corner. What time would it be for US Eastern? Okay. US Eastern, so that's... So Mountain Time to Eastern Time. That would be 11 p.m. And we'll be watching Guilty Gear Xrd. So it came before the one that we watched. So yeah, it would be 11 p.m. Eastern, and Guilty Gear Xrd. Oh, the boat. I know about boats. Guts was on one for a long time and didn't get off for a while. Fingers crossed you'll be back in time. Hey, I mean, I hope you enjoy the movie. I was gonna go see Sonic on a Saturday, but unfortunately, being the Eastern weekend, the mall where I have points for the theater for was super busy. For context, where I live, we have the biggest mall in North America, and because of that, like, a lot of people from out of town will come in for the holidays, and it just sucks to go to a movie theater with that many people. It's been ages since you've gone to the cinema? Yeah. I mean, the last time I went to go see a film was Spider-Man. in theaters. I was planning on waiting until Doctor Strange came out. Catch you later, Peps. Thanks for popping by. Always nice to have you. Depending on how I do this last part, we might be beating the Shadow Temple with time to spare. I just have to fight some Skellymen. Oh, it is on the Canadian side. It's West Edmonton Mall. It's so big that the guys who own it bought its own power grid. So, like, if there's a power outage in the area, the mall doesn't go down because it's on its own separate grid. Also, I think the other Skelly guy just kind of dipped. Been to Mall of America? I've heard that one's really good. It feels like shopping malls are dying en masse, and only like the biggest ones will survive. And I kind of miss that. Going to the mall with your friends just to hang out in an indoor area is something that's completely perfect for somebody that lives in a cold climate. Because, like, if it's minus 40, which is also minus 40 in Fahrenheit, so you know how cold that is, you can't really go to the park with your friends, you know? You can't go on a nature walk unless you want to, like, only do it for 12 minutes. So having, like, a place that you can go that's an indoor space that's large enough to kind of walk around in, it is always really nice. The mall that we have has, like, an indoor lagoon, a recreation of the Santa Maria Galleon. It has a theme park. What else does it have? It has a go-kart place. Hotel, movie theaters. Yeah, a recreation of the Santa Maria. Give me one sec. I can show it in stream. It even has a Cinzio for scale. Yeah, there it is. And you can actually go on the ship, too. A lot of people do their birthday parties there. There used to also be, like, little submarines that went around the little lagoon right there. That was back in, like, the 90s when I was a kid, though. I think they decommissioned them early 2000s. There's also a theme park that was bought by Hasbro. So we're getting a lot of Hasbro-themed rides. Like, there are bumper cars based on the game Sorry. Birthday parties on a slave ship, exactly. The most festive place. Actually, it's funny, because, is there a historical connection with that area? Nope. I don't believe so. I think they just picked a boat at random, and then when they found out that it had a sordid history, they removed all branding from it and just call it the ship now. Oh wait, that's just a green. I don't need no roops. Aww. That was so close. Link, stop throwing like me when I was in grade 5. We used to play this game in elementary school. It was called Red Butt. And essentially, you took a tennis ball, and you whipped it against the side of the school. And it bounced off, and then you had to either catch it or pick it up where it landed. And then you have to throw it from where you caught it or where it landed. If you couldn't make the throw, the last person to complete the throw would take the ball, and 2 kids would grab you and take you to the wall. And the person who made it last would grab the ball and throw it at your ass. Hence Red Butt. It was wild. I mean, we also did like other playground games like Jackpot. I don't know if you guys know Jackpot. Or we had this version of American football called Balfour. That was basically like, it was football with extra rules. I don't recall a lot of them, but I think like there were rules where you could switch teams if a certain play was made. We got pretty creative as kids. I also remember my best friend in elementary school wrote a whole ass play. It was called Frankenbutt. And it was the story of how an evil scientist and his minion create a Frankenstein's monster named Frankenbutt through the power of nuclear fusion. And the mad scientist wanted to destroy the world. But for some reason, Frankenbutt really fucking loved Hawaii. So the whole time, the evil scientist was going off about destroying the world, and Frankenbutt would be like, except for Hawaii, right? And he's like, yeah. And then at the very end of the play, the mad scientist is about to destroy Hawaii, and Frankenbutt just, if I remember correctly, throws him into the ocean. Okay, I am missing a key. And I was the title role. I was the star of the show, Frankenbutt. One of my first forays into animation when I was a kid was, so we learned how to animate using PowerPoint in grade 6. And that summer, I took the script of Frankenbutt and I made an animated version. What grade was this? This was grade 4. Oh no, it's invisibly choking me. Oh, now it's a big boy. But yeah, like in grade 4, we did the play, and then in grade 6, I found the script again, and I made an animated version of Frankenbutt. And unfortunately, that computer is long gone. Like, God, what year would grade 6 be? According to my kindergarten diploma, I graduated kindergarten in 1999, which means I would have started grade 1 in 1999. Grade 2 would be 2000, then 01, 02, 03. I would have graduated grade 6 in 2005. So that would have been when Frankenbutt the animated film would have been created. I should go try and contact my elementary school best friend and see if he still has the script. Oh, that looks like it's going to be a problem. I have no idea what I'm going to do in this situation. The walls are closing in on me. And fortunately, I can't tell the walls to crush Sips instead of Gothy, so... Grade 6 in 2005? Yeah. Yep, I was born in 1993. I'm gonna be turning 30 next year. Which is a weird thought considering I'm going back to school. But then again, when I was in college, we had people from most age ranges represented. Like, I was 19. We had some people in their mid-20s. We had some people in their 30s. We had one woman that was in her 50s. Same with you? Yeah! It really feels like, around your 30s, you're in a career that you're gonna stay in, or you go back and try again. You'll be graduating as one of the older ones? Which is so weird. Yeah! Well, and like, it's weird to consider, but some of the people that you graduate with are gonna be in the same position as you in, like 10 years. You're 37? I have always been of the opinion that it's never too late to go and learn something that you want to learn. So long as, like, you're able to do it responsibly, right? Like, for me, for the longest time, I had a very, very strong mind that I needed to be the sole decision maker in anything that goes in my life. And if people told me what I should do, I shouldn't listen to them because they're not me. That's a weird mentality to have, because that denied me a few opportunities. Because, so I went to school for illustration, and I went into a portfolio review to do comics, and the person at the portfolio review was like, hey, your art style isn't great for comics. You might want to try animation. And the school that I went to had an animation program, so I decided, yeah, you know what, it's transferable skill, why not? And I was an animator for like 5 years, but I didn't have good animation jobs because of where I live. I live in the heart of oil country, which means that they don't put any money into entertainment. So because of that, all of my animation jobs were boring, like, explainer videos or training videos that were for internal use only. So I got super burnt out, and it didn't help that I was, like, a permanent contractor. Like, I was never allowed to be a full-time person. Once COVID hit, I was like, okay, you know what? If you don't give me full-time, then I guess you don't get me. And I got out of animation. And for the last, 10 years? People have been telling me that I have a pretty good voice and that I should try going into voiceover. And I always ignore them, being like, oh, you know, thank you so much, but I'm an animator. But now, you know, I'm finally listening to them and being like, you know what? I actually enjoy acting, and I like using my voice for stuff. So how about I do that? Yeah, classmates a few years ago in their 60s? Yeah. Sports country in this area of Georgia. Oh, man. So is that like, you know, if you go to high school, you'll look for a school that will give you, like, a good sports team? All the arts are inaccessible areas, but the internet helps? Absolutely. Like, I got really, really lucky. Because in my city, there was an arts college that wasn't predatory. the idea was that they ran their college like a studio, as opposed to like a school. So because of that, like, there weren't tests, because you don't get tests in real life, but there was a lot of project-based work. So it was very much like, hey, there's gonna be like a magazine illustration that you're gonna have to do. Or like, hey, you need to make a certain amount of money to make rent. So you have to do certain like jobs for us in order to make money. And I felt like that really helped develop useful skills. Man, it's a good thing I grabbed those 2 fairies. More like the funding? Fair enough. But yeah, I got really, really lucky. Unfortunately, they tried to run the school like a public college, and because of that, they ran out of money. Because they were giving you too much for not enough. But, like, they had teachers who weren't just, like, teachers. They were professionals currently working in the industry. So during school hours, you know, if it was a work period, you'd see your teacher working on, you know, an animation or, like, an illustration for an ad agency or something. And the college that I applied to for acting, it feels like they have the same sort of idea going on. The boy with the noble Zelda's Ocarina. As I expected, you have come. I am Impa, one of the Sheikah. I am Princess Zelda's caretaker. I am also the sage who guards the Shadow Temple. We Sheikah have served the royalty of Hyrule from generation to generation as attendants. However... Oh yeah, Impa has some Lara Croft going on. On that day 7 years ago, Ganondorf suddenly attacked and Hyrule Castle surrendered after a short time. Ganondorf's target was one of the keys to the Sacred Realm, the hidden treasure of the royal family, the Ocarina of Time. My duty bound me to take Zelda out of Ganondorf's reach. When last I saw you, as we made our escape from the castle, you were just a lad. Now I see that you have become a fine hero. Can we also talk about Impa's, like, beefy calves? They look like fucking rock solid. Like they... She didn't just do leg day, she specifically does calf day. You feel burnout, but the experience is an issue, so you're hoping for the best. You were in school. Of study hard, get good grades. Experiences were life, or else if someone was in honors, you always been in between. Oof. My parents were like that. It's Robert Hartley's birthday? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna give him a big old happy birthday. Actually, now that we're nearing the end of the stream, I wonder if Rob's gonna stream today. Anyways, soon you'll meet Princess Zelda face to face, and she will explain everything. Yeah, my parents, because I was the gifted kid in elementary school, I went into the advanced program in junior high, and I got really stressed out because of all the pressure people put on me to do well in that program. So I regressed. I stopped being good at school because of the pressure. And because of that, I kind of fell out of it. I stopped trying as hard. Work experience? Yeah. No, I getcha. I was working since 15. And I don't regret it. I like having money and being able to do stuff. Pandemic finished it for you? Aw, man. I wonder if maybe taking, like, odd online courses to get yourself acclimated before considering going back into school would be the best way to do it. Like, see if you can condition yourself with, like, 1 to 2 hours a day of online courses to just get yourself acclimated to it. That being said, online courses are absolutely not for everyone. I cannot do self-guided work. I have to have a group dynamic to be able to learn properly. I have to stay here. You go protect Princess Zelda's side and protect her on my behalf. "24th, more Scarlet and Violet?" Yo, I'm so excited. I want to know what the gimmick is for the new Pokemon game. I want to see what they do to make the Pokemon have extra stuff. Please, look out for the princess. You got it, Impa. Taking an online English course to finish your degree. Don't mind online courses and how they might be taught and what you get from it. Yeah, that's fair. I prefer online courses that have, like, some kind of in-person component. Not necessarily, like, you go to a place, but more along the lines of, like, you have the option of speaking to a real person for a certain amount of time to kind of help you out. No gimmicks, no Megas, no Dynamax, no Z-moves. Unfortunately, the Pokemon trading card game is a thing, and because of that, they need to include new gimmicks so they can make new versions of cards to sell. Zoom calls, yeah. Like, I did an online voiceover course with the guy who played Tien from Dragon Ball GT. I know, a weird one to go with, but, Brendan Hunter is a really good voiceover coach. And I learned a lot because it was very in-depth. It was on a Zoom call with other people, and he expected you to go off with other people. Like, to run your lines with other members of the class. And I really appreciated that. Some odd lag? Oof. Yeah, it was a really, really great experience. Unfortunately, because it was pandemic times, the course would normally be taken in an actual voiceover booth. And I unfortunately missed out on that. Well, I was gonna say, here's the song that everyone likes, but it's gone now. Way to tease me, Gyarados Valley. Hey, Epona, could you... Thanks. I remember as a kid, My brother and I couldn't pronounce Kakariko Village, so we just called it Kekino Village. For no good reason other than that's what we could pronounce. Hey, you lost your friends, huh? I am a master craftsman! Those Gerudo thieves, they broke the bridge! I want to fix it, but all my workers are gone! They said working as carpenters isn't cool! They went to Gerudo's fortress to become thieves! Hey, you! If you're going to the fortress, would you mind finding out what my workers are doing over there? Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds like it would advance the plot. Excellent VO. Yeah, with games like this, I really just, I listen to what the sound that they make. Wow, that was almost words. I listen to the sound that they make, and then kind of base it off of that. A lot of literary events outside the college online during the pandemic, yeah. Panning is actually a cute way of, referring to it. I like that. Meanwhile, the uni and some historical places doing online events have started to stop offering them, and you're like, but you have a wider audience from the other side of the world now, why would you stop? Exactly, like, it's really weird that people are reverting back to, in-person only stuff. It feels really counterintuitive. Even, like, if I remember correctly, the Brooklyn Library, like, Brooklyn, New York. First of all, they've got free library cards for teenagers because of the whole book banning situation. But second, you can buy a Library of Brooklyn library card outside of the city for $50 a month to have access to their full library. I really feel like that's the way to go. Just digitize everything so that more people have access to it. Build a modern Library of Alexandria. Yeah, Brooklyn. Oh, god damn it. Now I'm in jail. Yeah, Library of Brooklyn. Libraries are such a great public resource for everyone. Like, they provide a space for people to go and, like, work and learn. If you're unhoused, you know, you can look for jobs on a public computer. Or, like, other resources. It's, I never understood why people would be against libraries. Oh, whoops. I should probably find some arrows. Zoom doing presentations, digitization is so expensive. No, that's fair. It is. Sorry for any typos. Hey, I mean... With typos, I always feel like as long as your message gets across, then it's whatever. Like, yeah, spelling is important if you're, you know, doing a formal thing. But if you're just talking to people, as long as what you're trying to convey gets across, then you should be good. Liberal arts is why? Ah, you're right, though. That whole push for STEM fields was super poisonous for literally every other field. It really felt like they were like, hey, if you're not in a technology, science, math, or engineering field, you're worthless. Just don't try. Oh, I found my way back to jail. Trying to be clear, but also academic with a disability. It's a habit. No, that's fair. I'm not calling you out for it. I'm just saying, like, know that I don't mind. If you feel like correcting yourself, by all means. But I understand. I guess is the general root of what I want to say. Oh wow, one hit, huh? Okay. Either spell correctly or write gibberish. I always do my best to spell correctly. Because I think what's most important for me is that my message gets across. That's why, like, I appreciate learning slang. Because the slang of the day is a good way of understanding the culture of the day. And, you know, it's as weird as trying to learn another language sometimes. Took me forever to learn yeet. I did not understand the word yeet for the longest time. Sometimes you think your meaning gets lost in translation. Oh, the word yeet. Y-E-E-T. Because you type fast, think fast? Yeah. Well, and it's very considerate to cater your message to your audience. Yeah. I'm kind of lucky that I work at a toy store, because I get to hear that language a lot. And because of that, you know, I learn. I don't know. Communication is important for me. I like being able to talk and reach tons of different people. There we go. Sometimes your brain is mush. Yeah. Same with different connections? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll save your other guys. Mostly because it'll advance the plot. Oh, I got some arrows, thank God. I think my favorite part about the internet is being able to reach more people than I can meet in real life. What's happened with the game plot? Hey guys, could you take me to the plot, please? Impa's plot was massive, but she's gone now, so I gotta find a new one. I think Naburu's plot is what we gotta do next. Yeah. Like, I'm absolutely nostalgic for the 90s and the early 2000s. But I feel like the level of connection that we have nowadays... Yeah, there's some bad to it, but there's tons of good. Like, God. I met Robert Hartley, Dag, and Dreaded GM in Quincy. And they're all from places that I wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. You know, back in 1996, I couldn't pick up my landline and call Australia. You know how much that would cost? I didn't even have the black box. I couldn't do long-distance calls for free. Unless I went to, like, my friend's house. Mind you, I was 3 in 1996, so I don't think I'd have a reason to call Australia. Hey, can I just... Nope. Stop. Hammer time. Alright, well the hammer does something, but it completely denies me defense. Oh, she doesn't get when I go behind her. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the strategy. God, I made a friend in Japan, too. When I was there, I went to a coffee shop, and I bought, like, a bag of coffee from them. And when I got home, I posted a picture of it and tagged them. Because it was, like, really snowy here in Canada, and in Japan, when I left, it was, like, super warm. So, I tagged them in it, and the manager of the coffee shop was like, hey, you know, I remember you. Here, add me on Facebook, and we'll talk. And every time I comment on one of their things, like, oh, you know, that's a cute parfait, or like, hey, happy birthday, they're like, thanks! When are you coming back? I hope I can get back to Japan soon. I was gonna go in 2020, but then, you know, the Backstreet Boys reunion tour happened. Unfortunately, because of COVID, there's a lot you can't do. Someone across an article about a fantasy tavern 2 years ago would help these cool parasocial relationships. Finally get to enjoy D&D and meet an extended tribe of people you hang out with on different days of the week. Yeah! Well, and like, I'm still kind of afraid of parasocial relationships, if I'm being completely honest. Because the way that they can spiral out of control kinda freaks me out. But at the same time, you know, if, like, being able to get past that and interacting with so many people, it's, I think it's worth the danger. And, you know, I say danger, but, like, in reality, I don't attract that crowd, so I shouldn't have anything to worry about. I feel like a lot of the people who watch here understand that, like, it's a different relationship than going to the bar with somebody. God. That one keeps fucking me up. I think I need the hover boots. I think I need to finally turn them back on. Still there? Yeah. But at the same time, it's a kind of a new generation of entertainment in that regard, right? Because the entertainment isn't necessarily being brought by doing something, it's being brought by the relationship that you have with the person doing something. And that parasocial relationship is kind of the crux of my entire stream. So, in reality, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now without the idea of parasocial relationships. Get to go to mini concerts? Yeah. Well, and like COVID kind of enabled a whole bunch of different things too. Like the idea of your favorite musician just going and streaming something, and you not having to like go to a venue for a concert is crazy. Like, I wouldn't say it's unheard of, but it's something that you wouldn't have thought about. Like, God, I think Brendan Urie, the vocalist from Panic at the Disco, does streams every once in a while. And he doesn't even, like, do music for some of them. He just vibes. Not being required to pay up front. Mm-hmm. And that's an interesting model in and of itself. Because, like, you don't get guaranteed income from it. But if you do it well, you can kind of... It's a bit more sustainable, right? Oh, I was already here, damn it. Because, like... So I'm considering making a Patreon. Partially because I know a lot of people don't want to give Amazon money, so they don't do anything on Twitch. And I absolutely respect that. But I want to create an avenue to give people, like, a little bit of extra as a thank you for supporting. And give an option for not having to go through Amazon. So I got some ideas for what I want to do for Patreon content, but we'll see how it goes. Oh, God! Fine, sure. Like, I think Radiance was saying that they want, like, a Talk to Carson stream. So that might be fun. Ads are getting really annoying, so you'll sub if you know you'll spend a lot of time on some streams. And you know what? I completely get you with the ads. I've been trying to find a way to mitigate the amount that I have, and I think the best way to do it is to have an ad at the very beginning of the stream, so that for like an hour, people who join don't get ads. You know, it's kind of annoying at the very beginning. But then you don't have ads for a while, so. That's something I need to learn how to do. Just harness the power of ads and bend them to my will so that they aren't as annoying. Still need to learn how to use Patreon? Me too. When I was doing animation, I was gonna make this animated short called Terrapin in the Sky. And the idea behind it was I was going to do a Kickstarter, but then also do a Patreon for production content. I figured that people would be into that. But then my hard drive decided to die, and someone didn't back anything up. So the only remnant of that animated short I was gonna do about a girl and her kaiju is a sketch of the main character. And that's all I have left. Don't mind ads in general, but sometimes they play at the worst times. Absolutely. The biggest thing I hate about the ads is when I'm raiding somebody and there's an ad at the very beginning. So I raid them and then I sit for 14 seconds and then it's like, okay, I missed everything that you said about me. Thanks for the drink. Yeah. I mean, I can show off a little bit of the animation that I did back in the day. This was the last demo reel I was able to make before I got into that toxic contract relationship. Where are you? I probably put it on Vimeo, actually. I wonder if I put it under my full name. There it is. There's my 2014 one. Do I have my 2015 one? Nah, but I'll show the Oh, I wonder if it's actually giving me some stuff, but it's not what I'm looking for. God damn it. Alright, what if I search by date ascending? There we go. There we go. This is the animation that I did. This one is the animation that I'm most proud of. The only thing I didn't model in this was the dragon. This is one of the training videos I had to do. They gave me Flash assets, but I had to adjust them for After Effects. This one I'm the most proud of. I did everything in this one. This was an $8,000 contract. It was great. The city was really, really great to work with. And then the Spider-Man one was just really, really fun. Unfortunately, after that, I got nothing fun for work. I didn't even work in 3D after that. All my contracts were just puppeteering animation with pre-made assets. Sometimes I had to make something to suit what they wanted me to do, but most of the time they were like, hey, here's what you have to work with. It's really interesting how you can be so into something, and then a series of bad experiences can ruin it for you. I need to do some arena transforming. I was actually thinking of doing that back when I was doing more animation. But I was just so burnt out by the work that I was doing that I just couldn't do it. Who knew that there could be soul-crushing creative work, but goddamn, there absolutely is. I will say, I would like to do a cosplay panel with the Fool's Gold crew, where we dress up as our characters. I know that Dingo and Avery both have cosplays, so I believe there's a Sips cosplay in the works. It just needs to be debuted. Gothy has already been a cosplay. I don't know who Felix would go as. Maybe Jack? And I need to figure out how to walk in thigh-high boots if I'm going to be Arena. I'm already cute enough to do it. I just need to learn how to rock it. If you have asked me, like, 5 years ago if I would do a crossplay, I would be like, what? Why? Why would I dress up as a female character? But you know what? All that insecurity is gone now that I've done entertaining, you know? I really feel like any trepidations that I've had in regards to, like, putting myself out there completely left once I started doing streaming. Kind of interesting how this was one of the biggest self-confidence boosts that I've had since Gurren Lagann. Like, the first time that I gained a large amount of self-confidence, I don't know if you can see it. Well, probably because the microphone's in the way. But I got this tattoo of the Gurren Lagann logo. Because the show came to me, like, I watched it at a time when I really, really needed to watch something like it, you know? It had just the perfect accumulation of messages that made me believe in myself again. Unfortunately, now I can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery or go to a lot of hot springs, but, like, whatever. Oh yeah, if you have a tattoo, you can't get buried in a Jewish cemetery, and a lot of hot springs in Japan won't let you in if you have a tattoo. Yep. So, sometimes you'll go up to it and like the little Obasan, the little grandma that's running the hot spring will be like, hey, you can't come in. Not cemeteries in Japan, I don't think. I think cemeteries in Japan are fine. I don't know about Jewish cemeteries in Japan, though. They might still have the same rule. Hey, how about you don't? See? It's so much easier if you just let me win. Especially for me. My private ones are covering up. Yeah. I actually, when I went there, I looked up tattoo-friendly hot springs. And I was able to find quite a few. I remember, so it was my last day in Japan. I've told this story on stream before, but I love telling it. It was my last day in Japan. I had brought all of my luggage to the airport, so I had a free day without having to carry anything around. And I decided that what I was going to do was I was going to make a reservation at the Kamen Rider Diner. And then go to the hot spring, and then go and have my food. So I make my reservation, and I head over to the hot spring, and it's in Ikebukuro, which means, like, it was right in the same place as the Kamen Rider Diner. I just had to walk. Oh, hey, it's the last guy. And I go in, and I put my shoes in the little thing, put my 100 yen in the area so that I can get my stuff. Go into the bath, and catch you later, Bandicoot. I go into the bath, and you know, everyone's naked, as is tradition. Now I have no idea what to do. You know, I'm standing there without pants, and there are naked people all around me. I'm not sure what to do, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to a more secluded area of the bath to get used to this. Oh, Robert's streaming now? Okay, what we'll do is, I'll finish off... Nope. I will go to jail, and we'll finish this later. We'll raid him right now. Anyway, so I go to the secluded area of the bath, and I realize that there's like a little stall with 2 walls right beside each other. Catch you later, Bandicoot. And I sit there, and my body starts going like... I'm freaking out. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I notice on the stall, on the 2 walls, there are 2 metal plates, and there's a hand with a lightning bolt on a sign behind me. It turns out that this is the electric bath, where they pass a very low current electrical charge through the water to be like a TENS machine, like one of those physiotherapy ones. And I'm scared, but I also don't want to look like a bitch. So I sit there looking at the clock for 5 minutes to make it look like I meant to do that. And after the 5 minutes is up, I calmly walk out with shaky legs, and I go to the outdoor bath and just stay there for like 20 minutes to recover. And after that, I took a well-deserved trip to the Kamen Rider Diner. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back for Guilty Gear tonight at 8 p.m. Pacific time, which means 11 p.m. Eastern time, if I remember correctly. It's Rob's birthday. I'm gonna give him a big old shark attack. So, you know, shark attack, happy birthday. Now we'll catch you guys later. See ya! I should probably say see ya after the raid's ready to go. Didn't plan that out incredibly well, but you know what? We're doing it live. All right. Actual bye.